In other parts of the world, there are some encouraging reports, though, about gender equality and gender rights. The World Economic Forum released its Global Gender Gap Report 2013 this week. It finds that 86 countries out of 133 improve their gender gaps. Iceland tops the list, followed by Finland, Norway and Sweden. Earlier, I talked about the report with Elaine Zuckerman. She's the president and founder of Gender Action.
The major highlights for me are the rankings of the countries. I'm not surprised at all that, as always, the Nordic countries come out at the top. Iceland, Norway, Finland are right at the top. I am very surprised in terms of country rankings that the Philippines ranks as number 5 and that Nicaragua and Burundi do better than the US. That very much surprised me. The other key things are the measures that the World Economic Forum gender indicators use for their matrix of indicators. They use labor force participation, they use education, they use health indicators. I feel there's one area that they could add, and they've just begun making inroads on that because they have an annex addressing it. And that's what I call the care economy. That is the unpaid, usually invisible part of the economy, which is mostly dominated by women. In developing countries, you think of women who are collecting water for their household, they're collecting fuel wood for their household, they're cooking, cleaning, taking care of their kids.
Right, and you see that all as the care economy, which, as you say, is largely invisible. Just want to get back to a point you mentioned earlier on, and that is that the Nordic countries are right at the top of this list, and no surprises there. But there are other parts of the world, particularly the Middle East, where there has not been significant progress. To what do you attribute that?
Cultural attitudes, by far, is the deepest reason. You probably know Middle East countries are extremely patriarchal. The Middle East has been, as a region at large, the slowest in the world to allow women to play a meaningful economic role in their countries.
You mentioned earlier on the top 10 countries. We have the Philippines there, we have Nicaragua there. Did those two countries come as anything of a surprise to you?
Complete surprise, both of them. I mean, I've been to Central America, if I could just start with Nicaragua, and I had never been struck by the fact that women looked like they were near parity with men in Nicaragua. It was really a revelation for me to see this in the World Economics Forum Gender Report. I believe that it's based on women and girls having pretty good educational enrollment and access to health care, and even that surprises me. So I really have to delve deeper to see how that came about. The Philippines also surprised me greatly, Philippines being in position number 5 in the world. And I see that in the World Economics Forum's report, it's because, again, women are doing very well in education and health indicators in the Philippines.